right. Got Ted Fischer, Ageless Innovation.
Since Dor can't find his slides, I have 16 minutes, so thank you.
You wish.
Actually, I'd really like to start just by saying thank you. So I'm Ted Fischer. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Ageless Innovation. And without question, our partnership with the state of New York and NYSOFA and the association and all of you in the AAAs has really been the cornerstone of our healthcare business. So I'd just like to say thank you. I'd love to give you all an applause. So I'd get a little round of applause for everybody. What's that thing? I'm going to start where I always start, which was with our purpose, which is to reimagine how we positively live and age together by unleashing the power of play. So it's great to see people like Relish up here and other folks. When we started this brand 10 years ago, I went to conferences and no one was even talking about loneliness and isolation as an epidemic or as a problem. And now everyone that's been on this stage so far is talking about what they're trying to do to enhance and improve the lives of older adults, keep them connected, and that's been really our purpose since the beginning. I think we focus on the fun, joyful, playful side of aging, which is kind of a nice space to be. It's pretty unique, but over time, I think we're now out in the market. We think we got a really high impact, low cost solution. Our companion pets were our first product. Many of you are so willing to share the stories of impact of our pets that I won't go through a lot of that with you, but needless to say, we live for those stories every single day. It's what drives our team. It's why we're passionate about what we do. To date, we've got about 600,000 pets distributed around the world in about 30 countries. We really focus on retail, so we're trying to meet the consumer wherever they are, and so our medical or our healthcare business, working with state units on aging and VAs and providers and health plans and others, and then we have a retail opportunity, which is, if you want to go to Amazon or any of CVS, Walgreens, whatever, you can find us there. And all of the impact is driven by about 15 published research studies. I think when we started this brand, however many years ago, we never could have imagined that we'd have the impact that we have with what I consider a pretty simple technology. Did I go too far?
You always go too
I always go too far. Yeah, it's a good point. Just to highlight some of the research, improved quality of life, reduction in feelings of depression, isolation, and loneliness, help provide sense of purpose, mitigated dementia. So the two need states where we really had the most impact is Alzheimer's and dementia of all forms, and loneliness and isolation and depression. But I think one of the most surprising outcomes for us was really the reducing the burden for care providers, right, loved ones and others that our pets give, this respite, this ability for people to connect. And so, one of the things that I heard early on when we launched this brand is you're trying to replace human interaction, and actually just the opposite. We're trying to enhance it. And what we've seen with our pets is it helps, really bridge really difficult situations. It makes the conversation easier. It gives something to take the focus off of maybe the difficult situation. How am I doing? 4 minutes? Okay, great. Well, I have 8 minutes from Dor, so it's great. So we love the fact that not only are we improving the lives of older adults, but really impacting and improving the lives of their caregivers and their loved ones as well. Let's see if I can do this right. Speaking of, New York and, the different groups that we work with here and everyone in this room, we just had a press release last week announcing since 2018, when we did the pilot, we've now distributed 31,500 pets through the state of New York. So thank you. That's awesome.
7,000 boxes.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about our games in a minute, but we've also distributed over 7,000 boxes of our games, which is like 30-something thousand total games. So we are, with your help, we are getting to older adults and allowing them to enjoy and have fun and play, and that's always been the goal. So I think it's worth saying that New York State is without question our biggest partner in the healthcare space. We thank all of you. Last week we got picked up, this press release got picked up in People magazine, and they interviewed this woman. Her name, was Helen McCura. I'm not sure which region she lives in, but she had named her. she had named her dog Friendly, and her quote said, "I think that every home should have one," and we could not agree more. So Reach Out and Play is something I launched last year at this conference with all of your help. It really was around the launch of our games. You got to see some of those last year. We got a few new ones coming out. Greg has actually seen the new games. He's sworn to secrecy because we haven't released it yet, but he has confirmed that it is super fun. So thank you for confirming that. But Reach Out and Play is our initiative really to connect people to, positively impact social isolation and loneliness by bringing people together around play. And last year we hosted about 100 and something events in the state of New York. You all signed up at this conference last year. We're looking for you to sign up again. We've made it easier for you. We're hoping to have thousands of events this year. 2 minutes. We got QR codes, don't worry, we're getting there. Greg's got a QR code in his phone, but we've got some right here. So what we've tried to do is make this an easier process. So AARP is our title sponsor in this, and what they provide is a really awesome back end that allows you to go and register your event, and then through that platform, you can go and invite people, or people can find you if you want to make it open to the community, or if you want to have a closed event, it's up to you. But the first, QR code up there is our how-to guide, which kind of is everything you need to know about hosting event. And we've modified and improved that thanks to all of your feedback, so thank you for that. The other QR code is how you just go on and register an event. We'll have all of this at our booth out there if you want to come over and just sort of click away. But, locking your date, securing your venue, doing those things. I'm going to show a picture that's on the last slide that I think sort of tells the whole story. But, we've been so pleased that our games that we've reimagined for older adults have brought fun and joy and play. And I personally have attended probably 50 Reach Out and Play events, and I can't tell you, I have a pretty good job. This is the best part of my job, right? You get to go and see the joy and the fun. And, Greg mentioned Rockland County earlier. That was one of the first ones I went to in New York last year. And we went there, and I think most of the folks had cognitive impairment of some sort. And we watched so many amazing things happen at that event. But, one, I don't think English was I don't think many people spoke English in the room, so we had multiple, very diverse crowd, but everyone engaged around these games. And one of the things that we looked at and we did not expect is most people came in on some type of assisted, a walking device or some type of mobility device, and they're playing this matching card game. And what we looked around, and every single person is standing up, because they don't want to not be part of the action, be able to reach the card over here or do it. And so not only were we getting people engaged and having fun and enjoy it, but this sort of totally non-expected outcome was that everybody's standing up like around this table and wanted to be part of the action. So couldn't do it without you. Here comes the gun. Visit our booth before I get shot by the blaster. I used to work for Hasbro, and those things hurt. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ted. If anybody is interested in hosting an event in 2024 and would like us to come out and be a part of that, I would love to. I'd love to get Jim Murphy out of Baltimore. He only seems to come here for the bread pudding, but maybe we can get him to come out. I'd like New York State to be #1 again. I think there were 500 events nationwide. We were responsible for about 116 of them over a 6-week period, which I think is ridiculous.
Fantastic.
Yeah, who would have thunk that the pet project would start from an 8-year-old girl from upstate New York? Next slide.